Whoa. Hello, y'all. I'm showing you something. It's a shocker. We know about the Tigris River and all that. If you go and follow it all the way up the way it's supposed to be and you keep going, you see a lot. But the parts you didn't pay attention to is down here. This area here. It's your Euphrates River and your Tigris River. They connect in three sections. And that's where your great city of Babylon is. Of today, it's still the great city of Babylon. It's been destroyed over and over. But that great mystical Babylon that we've always been hearing people talk about, all thing you got to do is go over, come here. Now, when they talked about it, it said that it had three parts of great waters. Well, right there's the Atlantic, there's the Gulf, and there's the Pacific. There's your three parts. It shows you why America is mystical Babylon. Everything old Babylon was number one. Everything in America of today is number one, even in sin. But here's what you don't pay attention. It also talks about three rivers. And that's what I'm getting ready to put you at. See where I'm going? I'm looking for it. There it is, the great Mississippi River, divided in three parts. Now, if you go up here and start looking, that's what we're doing, going up. This is of our timeline. Now, you got to remember, you get to see something that's really shocking. Let me get it on past Memphis, where it divides the way it's supposed to be. It's also written the way it's supposed to be. See? There it is. There's your great divide right there. There's your three parts that it's talking about. That's in the Bible. Now, if you see that, and then you go over there, what's the odds we get back over here? Let me zoom this in a little bit, make it a lot easier. Go back. The capital, the area where King Nimrod is right up in here. But it talked about it too. There it is, 3 and 3, and it's the exact same way, but flipped backwards. Now, most people don't know that, but now you know that everything they said about Great Babylon in the old days, number one worldwide. Now look at America, everything's number one in worldwide. And it was talking about three waters, 1, 2, 3. And then you got three rivers, and you seen it right up on it, up in this area. So now, how in the world can they actually sit there and say any difference versus America? Now here's the catch of today's time. Y'all cry about the war. Now we're gonna look at the Ukraine and them. Well, here's the Ukraine. Now go back to Ronald Reagan's days. He signed a treaty when they dropped the Great Wall in Russia and in Germany. And they said it was a treaty about borders. They weren't going to cross over anything. So when they was doing that, trying to fix everything, what did Obama do? And it passed. It went from Ronald Reagan, the treaty of Ronald Reagan, and about not going into Russia at all. It passed Bush, Clinton, Bush, Obama. Now Obama turns around, what does he do? They asked what was going on, because Germany's here. They signed that treaty. They was going to put them missiles. Well, why didn't they put it over here to stop Iran? Why didn't they put it down here and stop Iran? Why didn't they put it over here and stop Iran? They didn't. They went up in here and started putting it. Put a missile area over here, put a missile area over here. Put a missile area over here. And they all pointing at Russia. That means they broke the treaty, because when you notice it, that they already crossed 300 miles into Russia, because they could say they could do this and that. And you start looking, and you try to figure out how they was doing that. They was just setting them up. Now we look at the leader of the Ukraine. 2 deals he did, and it would have been easy. Putin and him agreed about cutting like this section off, and he would have stopped. Oh no, United Nations didn't like that. NATO wasn't liking that. And also America didn't like it. They said, no, we ain't going to do that. So there's your damn war. That's how you start a damn war. Meaning you're going to break all your treaties just to steal land. And now they're talking about trying to see if they can take it. See the difference? That's really wrong, because if you go back and look at the signs between 2008 to 2017, you had signs in heaven. Signs in heaven was really bad, because what it was saying is that down here, it was showing signs in the stars of the woman giving birth to a king, which that would have been Jupiter. That would have been Virgo. Then the star Bethlehem started, and nobody paid attention to it. And it did end up right where nobody thought it would be. And that's what everybody was sitting there trying to figure out. Why are they doing this stuff? You see what I'm saying? And all over in this area, everybody got to see the star of Bethlehem come back. That's also the same time them preachers didn't want to go over to Israel and look at the star of Bethlehem that came back, and it's still there. But then you look at all that they've been doing, but no one paid attention. Because you have to go back again towards Baghdad. To right up here, it wasn't King Nimrod's Cabiners, or how you pronounce the name, who was the king before King Nimrod. They took his ashes because he was the king of the Nephilims. And that made a bigger mistake, because we actually took it. Nobody paid attention to that. And what did he say? It wasn't for war. It wasn't even for mass destruction. That's what George Bush said. So that means everything that's going on is messed up, because it hit the sun eclipse in 2016 and 2017. And when we had that sun eclipse, everything started going downhill for everybody. A sun eclipse actually come through here. You remember, a sun eclipse went across America, cut right straight through there. It went from there straight across. And people wasn't paying attention. They got weak-minded. That's why you start having all these people fighting. That's why they start talking about racial wars. Why they was talking about attacking the cops. It's all because of the sun eclipse. And now, 2024, if they can make it that long, it's going to come right back down through here again. It's going to come straight down the middle again. When the sun eclipse goes through a nation, empires fall. When it goes through their second, you get a war and all falls. So that means the whole planet is going to fall and start a new currency. It's a new age. But you got to think about it. To stop Babylon from protecting Israel down here, they got to stop us. So you're going to have to kill that dollar. No one paid attention to it. Y'all worried about the war with China and them, but it's already, you can actually count it as being defeated because China's coming straight up through here. Three-way chess. They already know this area here is working. Over here, Russia's working. It's all run by the UN. All the drugs and all the people coming up through here, here. Nobody's paying attention. But when that sun eclipse comes down through there, and when it does, it's going to come all the way down. It's going to cut right in the center. It is going to cut that damn Three Rivers right through there. It's going to cut it. And when that happens, y'all going to get more weak-minded. You're going to see people fighting and acting crazy in 2024. And that's going to be the main reason. They didn't think about watching the Bible. They didn't think about looking at history. And they didn't think about border treaties. We had treaties with Russia, and we wasn't going to go across there, but yet, what did Obama do? He did it. What is this government doing now? Doing the same thing. But here's the fun part. They trying to stop all them Mexicans and stuff coming across here. Then you're breaking the treaties with each other. You see what I'm saying? The bad thing is America's going to end up being crippled from the inside out, which is actually chaos. And when they do that chaos, that's where you're going to have your problem. Nothing you can do about that. But now you know you're in Babylon because you got the Three Rivers right there. You see the Three Rivers. And you got the three waters. 1, 2, 3. That's telling you Atlantic, the Gulf, and the Pacific. There's your three waters. And then he says 3 rivers by 1 river. And there it is. 3 rivers by 1 river right there. So now you got a problem. And it matches the one that's over in here. So when we come over here, start looking, and you ain't paying attention, you go down here to Babylon, start looking at Babylon, you start going in there, start looking, you start seeing it real quickly. Now here's a catcher that no one paid attention to that's in the news. When the Tigris River dries up, the 4 demons, well, all of it's drying up. All this water is drying up. At the same time, they already said it dried up. But here's the part no one paid attention to. And this is coming right over here. At the same time that dries up, there's another famous thing no one paid attention to. Yes. Right there. See what I'm pointing at? I'm showing you exactly what I'm doing. Right here. The whole river turned red. Same time they said the Tigris River and the other Ethiopian River is both dried up. That turned blood red. Should have worried. But now you know where you at. So when you hit that line of 2024 is one thing, but when that sun comes across and does that eclipse, that's when everything's going to go to shit. Just educating you, not playing around with you, teaching you something that most people don't even pay attention to when they should have been paying attention to it. But that thing's going to come across here. Because in 2017, 2016, the other eclipse come through here. All the signs in heaven's already been did to a point, except the stars falling out of the sky and vanishing. And the moon hadn't turned dead black yet. But there you see, you got that sign there and that sign there, because that's the same thing that happened to Ottoman Empire. Almost every empire has already failed, and it's all because the eclipse crossed their nation 2 times. Now you know what's going on. Thank you.